That's a little bit better. So, welcome to pre-recorded Quick and Dirty Tuesday. I'm trying to get all the cameras and smile because I told myself I have to do this thing where when I start the video now, I'm following a script basically so that I don't get totally sidetracked and lose track of time because I have a tendency to do that. A bit of a rambler I am. It's freezing cold. It is winter time. I'm going to smile and say hello again. So hello. Howdy doody, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I've got myself my big fat black USB pod mic in front of me tonight. What's it today, actually? Is it? I actually recorded it yesterday because I'm thinking this is past Andrew talking about what's happening in the future, so I'm going to get really confused. The reason I got this microphone is because I just love the sound of it. It sounds so awesome, and the look of it too. It's got a pop filter, so when I take that off and go pop filter, it's not much of an improvement, but it's a little tiny bit of a reduction. And I figured I spent the money, I bought the cover, so might as well use it. What do you think of the background music? Is it good? Yeah, you like it? I kind of like it. I think this is AI generated. I didn't want to get music someone else did, so I asked someone online, AI, ChatGPT. I've got permission to call ChatGPT Chad, so it's quicker to say Chad. So Chad made some music for me, and that's it. What do you think? Pretty cool. Free. It's good. So I've smiled and I've said hello. Why is the video not live? It's because right now I'm actually in another part of Sydney doing a shoot. Which I'm just realizing that's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Telling people that I'm not actually at home. But it's okay because I've got a really savage dog, Alfie. He goes crazy barking. James can testify. He's nipped James once and he's nipped me as well. So if you wish to take your chances in robbing my place, good luck with that because Alfie is hungry for human flesh. All right, with that warning out of the way, I'm on a shoot. I'm in another part of Sydney. This shoot, I really want to do behind the scenes, so you get a more of an idea of what it's like to be a soundie on set location movie making. It is super cool fun. I love it. I was just finished a 2-day shoot over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 7 o'clock start in the morning through to round about 5:30ish, both Saturday and Sunday. So it's 2 full days, and I just worked a full shift in Signub. So that was Monday to Friday, kind of physical hard work as well. So I'm pretty dang tired. So I took the day off. This is actually Monday, and got a few things done around the house. And again, I'm talking in the future because I've got one pretty disgusting job to do, which I'm putting off until I finish this video. I'm not going to describe what it is because it's disgusting. It is disgusting. It's just a really horrible household chore that I've got to do at least once a week. God. Anyway, I'm going to do that. And it's not lawn mowing because I'm hoping I can squeeze that in before it gets too dark as well. Okay, so that's why I'm not live. I could be, but And BTS, I'd like to do more of that, but I can't because it's actually a movie being made with school kids. And they're under 18. I can't put under 18 school children, especially on videos, and I don't want to anyway because it's really kind of creepy, inappropriate. I don't want to do that. So rather than take any risks of blurring, pixelating video and stuff like that, just takes so much time. I just thought, I won't even bother. But I will be doing more BTS for other jobs when they come up. Other jobs being those ones in the future where we're dealing with adults and. It's all good. So the video shoot I was on Saturday and Sunday was just so full on. I didn't even have a chance to take photos. So let alone BTS. This kind of leads me on to the next point, which is the video production plans, which I kind of covered very quickly in our last Quick and Dirty Tuesday. I've got plans for that. So the real reason I'm putting all this effort into getting video and sound gear and trying to make movies is for that reason, just to make movies. I just love it. I love it so much. Kind of realized in the last couple of weeks how I just like creating this kind of stuff. It doesn't achieve anything. It's not informative. It's not giving a whole lot, but it's just something I really love doing. And it's kind of making me a little bit better as each week goes past. I just feel like I'm getting a little bit better at doing all of this. So I have to say thanks to James for pushing me along to make sure I get my Quick and Dirty Tuesday done every Tuesday, every week. So that's really cool. It's making me do things like this. So I'm really happy with that. So as you know, last week I bought the Canon XF605, which I love. Man, oh man, that's a solid camera, I got to tell you. Ordered a few bits and pieces for that. I've got one battery only, which is the BP A30, I think they call it, which lasts maybe 2 hours. Not enough time, so I've got to get a couple of more batteries. So, oh man, I needed a camera for that. There's a big flock of cockatoos that just flew past. I'm getting, I think I ordered the BP A60 double capacity, so that's 4 hours. So I'll get 6 hours, I hope, out of the two batteries that I've got. And if I'm going for a shoot, I should be able to charge up the A30 while the A60 is being used, and then that should extend it by another 2 hours. So I should be able to get 8 hours. And then eventually I think I should just call myself the BTS guy, because it covers both sound and video, but it doesn't really convey, unless you're in the movie business, what that means. So I don't know. I'm still tossing up what to call myself. Currently, it's the video BTS sound guy. Yeah, that's just as a mouthful. And I could abbreviate to the VBTSS guy, but that makes no sense at all. So I was going to go with the video guy, but that, I don't know. Yeah, that'll work, but I want to convey that I want to specialize for the next few years doing behind the scenes, because I figure there's method in the madness, right? I figure that if I can do BTS behind the scenes on movie shoots with the XF605 and show that it's a super good clarity and really good quality video plus really good audio as well, I should be able to get it turned around in pretty quick, what's the word? I can do the production of that. I can do the editing of that fairly quickly and then turn that around and give it back to the client to say, look, here's your edited behind the scenes for whatever it is that we're doing. So good quality video and audio, and then to be able to make it quick, I think that's a good way in to bridge the gap between being a YouTuber with limited experience dealing with cinema cameras and then making that transition to a camera guy in movie production. Because it's a very, as you would imagine, the making of movies is very egocentric. There's a lot of egos at work. It's the crossover of art and science, and regardless of that, most guys have got a pretty big ego. And when it comes to being a cameraman, they're very quick to say, you don't have any experience, you don't have any qualifications, you have no training, therefore you are no good. But that is just not the case. It's just practice which makes everyone better. And I'm getting all that practice through YouTube. So to say that is very judgmental, unfair, egotistical, blah, 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 whatever, all the things you want to talk about being a negative kind of response to that. That request of mine to be a cameraman. So to bridge that gap, I plan on doing that behind the scenes kind of transition. And then in that way, if someone's sick or whatever, I can just step in and look after the video camera work. And being a dual role, maybe a tri role, doing video, audio and editing, that would hopefully put me in a pretty good stead as well. So that's the reason for getting the XF605. That's the reason for doing YouTube. That's because I just love making movies. I don't think I'm going to make a lot of money out of it, but I just really enjoy it. So I'll stick with Signub and I'll stick with doing this, for fun on YouTube, and then hopefully for more experiences and more fun doing movie making. So that's what's going on there. A few other pieces of equipment. One other thing I need to get is better speed SD cards. So because the XF605 does 4K 422 10-bit, there's something in the order of 300 megabits per second which gets transferred internally onto the SD card to actually record video and audio at a good quality. So to do that effectively, I've got to get the U2, I think it's called, SDXC, which I think is just, I don't know what the SD stands for. No idea. But the XC is the extended capacity. So I have to look at what the SD stands for. Anyway, it's the standard kind of memory cards that fit into those kind of into those kind of things. It doesn't focus on that if my eyes are there, I think. Or is it manual focus? It's probably manual focus. Try it up there maybe. Those SanDisk type SD cards, that's what I'm talking about. So 2 of those, I've got 2 on order. They're pretty pricey. As the speed, capacity and size, etc. increases, then of course you're spending more money. But Amazon's got some pretty good deals. So I found a deal where I get a twin pack for $156, I think it is. 256 gig cards. So on a 1080p camera, like the XA10, the one we're looking on right here, that 256 equates to, that's 256 gigs, roughly 20 minutes on YouTube at 1080p is around about a gig. So it'd be like 256 times 20 minutes, whatever the heck that is. So roughly, I can't do the maths with that one. Say it's 30 minutes, pushing a little bit, about a gig. So it's going to be half of that roughly. So around about 128 hours. That's crazy, man. But then at 4K, it just becomes, I think there was the raw footage coming out of the XF605 for 5 minutes. I did a test run on doing 4K. It was in the order of about 6 gigs, something like that. Because the XF605, I can record in 2 formats simultaneously, like 4K using S-Log3, C-Log3, which is a format. It looks kind of grayish, but it increases the dynamic range. So what's the darkest, what's the brightest that the video can capture. And then in 422 10-bit, that's around about 4 gig or so, I think it was, for about 5 minutes of video. And then at the same time, it'll record in something like MP4 at a lower resolution, like maybe 1080p. And that's where it comes in at around the 2 gigs. Actually, it was only 5 minutes. It wouldn't be 2 gig. I must have had that at 4K as well, but MP4, which is compressed. So, around about 6-7 gigs, something like that. There's 2 formats being filmed. Yeah, takes up a lot of space. What I'm saying is basically the 256 gig SD cards on the XF605 is not going to last very long, but it'll be enough to get what I need done, I think. We'll see. I have to calculate it out. But there, so battery and memory, and then a cable to help with splitting left and right audio into the device as well. So those things are all due to come in the end of the month. There's a bit of a delay. I think it's got to do with what's happening in America, because everything now it used to be delivered like in a few days, but now it's weeks. So things are changing. All right, why am I planning on making many, many more BTS videos? Just because I love it. And I think, like I said before, it's going to transition. It'll help me transition from being a YouTuber into making movies as a cinematographer eventually. So that's and getting this XF605 will give me that experience, because it's got cinema camera functionality, and it's a similar size, build quality. So I should get enough experience with false color, waveform monitors, all the different kind of things, the tools that cinematographers use to help them get a really good exposure, really good video capture. That's what I'm aiming to do. Plus, I want to enhance the storytelling side of the videos that I make going forward. And we've been working on that for quite some time, but I think I've got some tips and hints from a guy called Tim Runia. Speaking of which, let's have a quick look at Tim Runia on the tubes. Look at this. Every time I go to Chrome, this is an aside which I'm getting to in a second as well, but every time I go to Chrome, I generally go to YouTube. So I'm really tempted now to change my homepage to YouTube. So it just comes up to YouTube, because it used to be Google, the Google search engine. But what's happening more and more is I'm going to the internet for a particular reason, and 9 times out of 10, I'm going there to get onto YouTube to search something or find someone. So this is just fascinating to me, how the internet is changing, or our behaviors, or my behavior is changing over time with the way I use the internet. So ChatGPT and YouTube are probably the two main go-tos for me. Google is now becoming replaced by YouTube. Fascinating. Anyway, there you go. Now listen, this guy, Tim Runia, he's got a newsletter. He's one of the few YouTubers newsletters that I've subscribed to, because he's a storytelling kind of a storytelling, I was going to say genius, but I don't know if genius is the right word. He's not really, I don't know. But anyway, look at this, 16.7K subscribers. So he's not crazy popular yet. And I think I've found out about this guy sooner than the majority of people have. But his videos are quite good quality, and his two best known videos are around storytelling and simple shots. Exactly what I need to learn. So that's why I've subscribed to the newsletter. And I actually said thanks for making the videos in an email to him, and he responded. So he's actually a real person, and looks after his audience quite well as well. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what's happening there. There's another guy who I just discovered today, Evan Monsma. He's an American guy, and he's basically, listen to this.
Is this set in Fahrenheit? Because I'm getting readings around 250 Fahrenheit. We're gonna go to 450. I probably should be doing this outside, huh? I'm starting to smell the fumes a little bit, so.
As you can tell, he's a tiny bit dodgy with what he's doing, and some of the ideas that he's videoed, I've actually worked on myself. So this is why it's appealing to me, because he's someone who's similar, I think, to what I'm about as well, especially around capturing the work he's doing on video. So he's put a lot of effort in customizing rigs for doing overhead shots and things like that, which I've done as well. So and modifying lenses, which I've also done, and just tinkering and making things better with what you've got. And I love that philosophy, just working on things that you have and improving them with either combining other bits together or redesigning something, or just making it better, rather than going out and buying something which will do what you want to do. He's like me. He'd prefer to actually tear things apart, rip things apart, bodgy things together, and just see if you can make it work as well as anyone else. So love it. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So I'm going to continue watching that guy. And I think there's more and more people out there that are turning to YouTube over TV. Heard some stats today around people's viewing habits, and a lot of people are watching YouTube on their home TVs with the YouTube app installed, and it's picking up on the stats coming out that we do watch a lot of YouTube on our mobiles, but when we can, we prefer to watch on a big screen, which is my story as well. I'll use the mobile most often, but when I really want to watch something on YouTube and relax on my chair in the lounge room, it goes on the TV. So yeah, our changing habits around the internet again. All right, so we've got the video production, we've got the watching the YouTube, but now the music plans. I haven't done a whole lot since when we last spoke. So the Valton GP5, I did a quick review of that. I haven't actually used it a lot, but I'm really keen to have some time to spend with that. So I've got 3 days coming up of shoots. And then there's a day this week where I'll have off. So I'll hopefully fit that Valton GP5 playtime there. I also want to make sure I can utilize the full capability of that new Canon XF605 camera. So I'll spend time on that. Otherwise, the only thing I've got to do for music, because I've got my power sorted, my USB hub, mics, mic stands, guitars, pedals, amp speakers, mixers, music stands, all sorted. The only thing is the actual songs, which is the meat and potatoes. Wow, I'm mixing everything up. It's the most important part, getting the music. Yeah, the music itself. So I've left that again. That's the last thing I'm going to worry about. It's the first thing I should have worried about. Anyway, it all works out. So yeah, there's music, depending a little bit on time to get to write music and practice it. So I've got to get more time set aside for those activities as well. Plus, I've got a podcast episode to still upload. Last time we met, I spoke about that, and I haven't done anything. I've got a basic plan worked out for the next one, but I've got to flesh that out and then record it and then upload it. So I've got to do that as well. And Signub, we're in winter. There's a lot of people that aren't doing do-it-yourself repairs around the house because it's just cold and everyone's busy. So I think people get busier when it gets warmer. So wintertime, I'm expecting not to get too many shifts, and that's the case. I'm not getting too many shifts right now. So money is a little bit tight, but time is plentiful. So putting more effort into networking and getting to know people in the movie business to see if I can get a bit more exposure and offer my services for sound, video, and I'm not going to do anything else apart from that at the moment. I'm doing editing, but it's my own editing, and you can tell, and I know it's not that great. So I'm not going to try and sell myself as an editor, but I'll make more effort in video in particular, and then just keep on honing my skills in audio. And that now takes me to the outro. This is where I say goodbye. I'm gonna press a little button to get some sad music playing in the background. And why can't I hear it? That's a good question. That's why. Let's try again. Oh, it's not even that. What's happened there? There it is. There it is. That sad music. It's not that sad. Whenever I change the inputs, I've got it so that it mutes things that I don't know how to stop quickly. So rather than try and work out how to stop it quickly, I just turn it off. But then I got to remember to turn it on again. Excuse me. Oh, it's probably appropriate. I'm going. It's freezing here. I haven't got the aircon on and the heating, so it's the door was open so I could let Alfie in and out, but he's mostly out. Okay, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye. Talk to you in the next Quick and Dirty Tuesday. In the interim, have a safe and great week and a great weekend. And we will all chat a little later. Take it easy. Bye now.